My name is Roger Johnson. I like taking pictures and I love to travel. Whether it's working as a professional tour guide, a flight attendant, or on my own for fun. Across America or around the world. This is my show. Straight. Hi there and welcome to another Roger Johnson's Welcome to America Adventure Update. I am Roger Johnson and I am very, very happy to have a guest with me today, Angela Minder. Back in the day, back when I knew you, it was Piney.
Yes, it was.
But you went off and got married.
I did.
We used to work as flight attendants together in the good old days. And so, but now you quit and you went on and you had kids and family and
I did.
So you find that fulfilling then, do you?
All of that. It's going very well for me, yes. I would like to fly again someday, but for now...
Working or as a passenger?
Well, as a passenger for many years until my children are out of the house, but then I think I could see myself being a flight attendant again.
Okay.
Yeah.
We probably only worked together, what, 3 times maybe total?
I think so, yeah.
And if you work for the big airline, Delta or American, or you probably never see the same people twice, but working for the small regional airline, you get to work with some of the same people over and over again.
Which is kind of fun.
It is kind of fun, especially if you're working with somebody that you have fun with, that you like working with.
Yeah, it's not fun sometimes.
And so guess who my favorite flight attendant of all time is that I've gotten to work with is?
I would say Marianne Thomas. She's so fun.
I never worked with Marianne Thomas.
Oh, I love her.
Oh, yeah? I was going to say you.
Oh.
Just because you're awesome. No, I remember I think it might have been the first trip that we ever worked together. And I'm in the back and I'm doing my beverage service and I got up to the front and you looked at me. I'm thinking, what? And you said, you are a really good flight attendant. And I'm like, you're up here. What did you? And so that's why you're my favorite, because you recognized my greatness before everyone else did.
Well, you were so organized and put together, and I remember, you know, all these regulations that we had to follow, all of our appearance standards. You had to have your tie straight and pinned, and you know, everything had to be coiffed and perfect. I don't think I pronounced that word right, but anyhow. And you did all of these things.
I'm a slob.
To regulation. And I was really impressed because that wasn't a skill that I possessed myself.
I was just working with somebody a few weeks ago, and I'm an overachiever. I had no idea.
I can see that label being given to you.
But the fun part about working with somebody that you get along with and you have fun with, when you have a long overnight, and I don't know if we had any other longer overnights other than in Memphis.
Yeah, I think that was the only one.
Okay, we'll test your knowledge here. See how good you remember being a flight attendant. The term for someone who gets to the hotel and they lock themselves in and they never...
That's a slam click, and I usually was one.
A slam clicker is somebody that they just get to the hotel, they close the door, and you don't see them again until morning. They don't go down to the bar, they don't go out to eat with the crew, they don't... So whatever, I don't know what the term is for the opposite of that, but that's probably me. I'm the opposite of a slam clicker. And we had a long overnight in Memphis. And now, had you been to Graceland before?
I hadn't. I'd always wanted to go.
Ever. I had been there twice.
Okay.
We drove by going down to Florida on spring break, and we never went in. I went by a second time, again driving to Florida. And I got there, and there's the tour bus that you pick up across the street, Elvis Presley Boulevard. And you take it across and you go into and do the tour. I missed the last one by that much. And so I really wanted to go. And so, hey, I had somebody fun to go with me.
Yeah.
And, but the hotel was real. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
The hotel was really far away. So rather than going to the hotel, since Memphis was a base for us, we had a crew room there. So we changed at the airport. Left our bags at the airport, then we went out and then we took the Heartbreak hotel shuttle to get to Graceland.
That I remember.
And so we toured Graceland, and we just looked at these. But and it wasn't very crowded there. But you go inside and you think, oh, Elvis Presley. What's your impression of the house? I mean, here's the king of rock and roll, and this is his house, this mansion of all mansions. And
I had a couple different thoughts. I remember... The thing that sticks out to me more than anything else that I recall was that I was underwhelmed by the Jungle Room. I walked into it, and at first glance, it's almost like a Monet painting. You see it from far away, and it looks really neat. But then you get close up, and obviously all the leaves are artificial, and I just remember that. I was super disappointed by the jungle room. I'd hoped it would be a little more...
Jungly?
Yeah, somehow...
Or bigger. But the whole house, I mean... The McMansions nowadays, they're all bigger than Graceland.
Oh, absolutely.
But at the time, he had his own planes. He had countless limousines, but so you go through the house and do the tour and everything, and then across the street is the museums. When we were in there, I got to get this picture.
This is so much fun.
Explain this to people.
This is a fantastic shot. The reason that I'm so enthused here in this shot is because we've got on the pink Cadillac on the left in the photo and a John Deere tractor on the right in the photo. And as it happens to be, my mom is a Mary Kay sales director aspiring to get her very own pink Cadillac. And my dad is a farmer here in Minnesota and drives nothing but John Deere tractors on his farm.
And so we saw that, and it's like, oh, we got to get a picture, and unfortunately it was dark and it's a little blurry, and
I was just so stoked that setup was there. It just made me smile.
And then we decided, so then we're like, okay, let's go down to the Sun Studio, which is, I don't know how far away it is. It's 15-20 minute drive, maybe not even that away. And there's a shuttle. I don't know if it was there when we did the tour, but nowadays there's a bus that's operated by Sun Studios that will take you from Graceland down to Sun Studios.
I don't feel like that's what we did. I don't fully recall what we did.
So anyway, if you're going now, take the official bus that they've got.
It'd be a lot more convenient.
It's more, and I think it was free. I think it was free, and you go in. And the Sun Studios, what a neat tour! As neat as Graceland is, in Sun Studios, it's not very big. You go upstairs, and I don't even recall, and I've done the tour twice now, what that room was originally used for. But you go around the room, and there's memorabilia from the very early age of rock and roll as it formed. And the tour guides, both times that when we did it and then this last time, was just fantastic. Just for this short little tour, and they just did a fantastic job of explaining everything and doing everything. And then you go downstairs, and this is the actual recording studio. My battery was running dead the whole time that I was there, so I don't know how much footage I have to show people this. But it's the studio where Elvis Presley recorded his first album, where Johnny Cash got his start. Roy Orbison. The picture in the background there is Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, and the other guy, Parker. It's the $1 Million
Music
Quartet.
Fail.
And then, of course, you were learning to play the drums apparently at the time.
I was learning to play the drums at the time, and I just remember being really surprised and joyful that they allowed us to go in and touch the microphones, the instruments. They let us play, and that really surprised us. I think that's the coolest part of the whole Sun Studio experience, is that if you're actually a musician, if you've got a band, you can sign up, and I don't know how much it costs, but you can go and record an album. And all kinds of famous musicians nowadays, and I remember they gave us the list. I don't remember any of them offhand now. So when your kids are old enough and they form a band, you can go down and record at the Sun Studios. My 10-month-old loves to sing.
Okay, and you said they're drumming?
Yep, that's my 2-year-old.
Okay.
She's a
See, I used to want to be a drummer when I was just a wee one, but I have no rhythm.
I'd love to encourage that, because I never got into trying to play a musical instrument till I was an adult, and I think that was much more difficult.
No, I was going to have you bring your drumsticks that you bought.
Oh, I don't have those.
But you don't have them because you gave them away as a gift.
I did. I gave them to my friend Tommy. He's the one that was giving me lessons at the time.
Okay.
And so I thought he's an amazing drummer, and I thought that he would appreciate that as a gift. That's my souvenir that I bought. The Sun Studios patch. And I had the bag that the sticks came in that I saved as a souvenir, and it's got that same logo on it.
And that's the reason to buy the patch, because it's a cool logo. And while you were looking for stuff, you found other lost items.
I did. It was a joyous occasion for me, because I was looking for all of my Sun Studios, Graceland, Beale Street. I'm not going to let you forget to talk about that, because that was a highlight for me. memorabilia, and I did find my long lost copy of The Goonies as well as my Bob Marley and the Wailers CD, and
which has nothing to do with Graceland
nothing to do with anything, but
except she found him looking
I
for other stuff.
found him looking for my stuff, and
and I don't have any footage of Beale Street, but Beale Street is really cool. Between Beale Street and Bourbon Street in New Orleans, Beale Street hands down. It was so much more authentic, I think, is the best way to describe it.
We had some good barbecue, and what I will always remember from Beale Street also is the street performers.
Oh, I thought you were going to say my Mountain Dew. Do you remember that?
I don't.
I bought the Mountain Dew throwback, but I didn't want to drink it because I'd have to get up early in the morning and didn't want to. So I tried to bring it back through airport security, and they wouldn't let me because I wasn't in my uniform. So anyway, we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
So I am so happy you came over.
Yeah, good to be here.
Oh, where did I put it? Oh, I'm going to give you a Welcome to America passports.
Fantastic.
Give to your kids, and then oh, hey, look, there we go. Welcome to America passport. You can have that one.
Thank you much.
Another one. Go to the website, welcometoamerica.us. Yeah, check us out on Facebook, all kinds of good stuff. So
super.
You knew all that, but I wanted to tell them. So, all right. So, pleasure, as always. I'm Roger Johnson, the world's first self-proclaimed welcome sign photography expert. I've got a photo of myself next to a welcome sign in all 50 U.S. states and the District of Columbia. And if you don't believe me, I've got a certificate to prove it, which I do need to sign. But that's not the point. The point is, if you've got obsessive compulsive travel disorder like I do, also known as OCTD or the travel bug, you know how much fun it is to keep track of your travel. I've been to all 50 states at least 4 times or more, and I do know how much fun it is to keep meticulous records. I've taken welcome sign photos, I've built complicated websites, produced expensive, time-consuming, award-winning travel documentaries. I put stickers on my van. I've drawn on maps and on myself. It's too much. But now I've found a better way. The Roger Johnson's Welcome to America passport. It's got the look and feel of a real passport. You can customize your passport with your name, personal information, photo, and signature on the information page. Pre-printed stamps for each state contain the date of statehood, as well as mottos, nicknames, landmarks, and symbols unique to each state. See? You can track your travels by coloring in the map in the back, as well as checking off each state and taking notes in the state checklist. So whether you're traveling by land, sea, or air, if it's your first state, your last, or somewhere in between, you too can track your travels with your very own Welcome to America passport. The Welcome to America passport is not an official document issued by any government agency. It is not required for travel anywhere in the United States, world, or known universe. It is strictly for fun as you track your own travels to all 50 United States and the District of Columbia. Buy yours today at welcometoamerica.us/passport. So if I figure I sell 2 million of these and I make $1 off of each one, I'll be a millionaire.